Did she tell you? One of the greatest mysteries of Valenwood has finally been solved. Decades of conflicting rumors have been put to rest. We finally know what happened to the Blackroot clan. They died, right here in Verlaine. Yes, this shade that's assumed the form of the late Prince Naaman is behind this, but he's not here. And it's true, mysteries aside, we need to put the Blackroot clan back to rest. But the Rangers are exhausted. Are you willing to help me? The Blackroot clan warriors are even more bloodthirsty in death than they were in life. But there are also other spirits here, glimmers from the past, crying out for help. I think they're trying to show us something. We need to watch them. Look for the glimmers of the past I spoke of. Hopefully they will help us figure out how to put the Blackroot clan back to rest. What's that over there?
Elfirion, General Malgoth and the rest of the Blackroot troops are almost upon us.
No! That plan is madness!
Silence, Glonia. Our sacrifice today will ensure our sister villages live on.
Elfie, I can't do this. I'm scared. I don't want to die.
It's all right, Linwood. The poison itself is slow. The Blackroot will have cut our throats long before you felt its effects. Here, we'll drink it together, and I'll fight by your side till the end.
Until the end.
Now, to battle!
The last of them, General. The village is clear.
An easy victory. Verlaine is the first to fall. There will be more. Now, per the meat mandate, let us feast on the fallen. Prepare the cave temple. It's a suitable place for a celebration.
Them are dead.
The villagers poison themselves to poison us.
What do you mean?
The meat mandate, you idiot. Elphyria knew she couldn't win on the field, but she'll still manage victory. To the Nereid Temple. Perhaps we can beg a cure.
Here's another scene.
Rise, my soldiers. Back to your bodies and take up arms.
Why do you command us from the ooze?
A powerful one, unknown to me, has stolen my bow. It invoked the right of theft, and commanded we march against the Dominion.
By your command.
What a sacrifice! To think the villagers actually poisoned themselves in order to poison the Blackroot clan. It may be morbid, but it's also brilliant. Of course, that really doesn't help us return the Blackroot warriors to their graves, does it? From what I gathered, one of Naaman's servants has stolen General Malgoth's bow and compels the Blackroot clan to fight by the right of theft. What we need to do is steal the general's bow back, and then we can release him from his vows. We must rely on the scenes of the past. After being poisoned, General Malgoth went to the Nereid Temple. It's likely he died within. I suggest you go in and search for the general's remains. I'll continue searching for clues out here in the forest. Be wary in there. Nereids wield dangerous magic and can never be trusted. It's no surprise they helped the villagers in their suicidal plot. In fact, the Nereids probably consider General Malgoth's bow a prize. They will defend his remains. Desperation turns enemies into allies. The villagers knew General Malgoth and the Blackroot clan were going to attack, and they knew they couldn't win. Likely they asked the Nereids for help, and the Nereids convinced them this was the best course. Of course, Malgoth sought to unite all the Bosmer under his leadership. He led the Blackroot clan to conquer much of Valenwood during the Bosmer tribal wars. Then, one day, they just disappeared. No one knew what happened, until now. The Bosmer have always been free peoples, bound only to the Green. Rarely have the tribes united under singular leadership, although for a period many, like Malgoth, tried. Most of the so-called wars were not fought at all, but won by trickery. Yes, General Malgoth had traveled far and wide. He had seen the greatness that comes to those who conquer through military might. That you'd not heard of him is a tribute to the sacrifice of the Verlaine Bosmer. Because it's in their nature. Death amuses them, and all the more when they can manipulate people into bringing about their own demise. As distasteful as it may be, the Nereids are part of the natural order. I just try to stay away from it. As barbaric as it seems, many clans still lived by the old traditions during the Bosma tribal wars. Mind you, they didn't consume the bodies of the dead because they enjoyed the taste. It was a matter of tradition. Apparently so, though the tactics they embrace sound more like a Nereid plot than something the villagers themselves might have come up with on their own. For General Molgoth, that's apparently the case. For all his ambition, he was still a staunch traditionalist. It's actually quite impressive that his sense of honor remains intact, even so many years after his death. I'd say this is a perverted case. The value that Molgoth placed on his bow alone may be enough for him to want it back. Or he may be using the right of theft as a more honorable justification for his new servitude. There was fear in his voice. Go on if you must.
Anything I can do for you? would steal that which has already been stolen, then enter the Shadowwood and seek it, though you will find only death. Come face me if it's the bow you desire. The bow is a boon to our army. You will not have it.
Did you hear the voice? He called this the Shadowwood. It seems to be some dark realm that parallels Valenwood. If the Shade of Naaman has created this, he's more powerful than I realized. This is horrifying. We have to stop this. We have to destroy this Shadowwood, whatever it takes. There must be a focus here. Something that ties this plane to ours. Something. It's the bow! The General's bow! That has to be it! Yes, and we will have to confront it and take the bow back. That will release the General, and hopefully dispel this nightmare. There's also the spirits from the glimmers of the past we saw earlier. They are trapped here, and we must release them. It's the shadow rifts that bind them here. From this side, you only need to touch the rifts to close them. That will release the spirits from their torment and weaken Naaman's grip on this place. If you'll focus on that, I'll search for the Shade. Good luck, and see you by the stones.
Soon join us and fight at Morgoth's side. I hope you prepared for undeath.
You've freed us. May Ifrit smile on you. You closed the rifts that bound us here. You must stop that Shade, though. it ceased to do terrible things to Valenwood. Though I have passed on many years gone now, I still consider Valenwood my home. Thank you, and thank you again for releasing us from his grasp. To be pulled back from the rest of death and bound like this, forced to serve such darkness, was sheer torture. Though we are dead, the people of Verlaine are in your debt. Yes, I suppose there is. I can give you a shield that will protect you from harm while you remain in the Shadowwood. Take it, and my blessing. May Ifra watch over you in this realm and back in the realm of the living. Good luck.
Naaman warned me about you, and I prepared. You will die, and then you will serve us.
That was a harrowing experience all around. I'm glad it's over. I hope we have succeeded in weakening Naaman's grasp on Valenwood as a whole. Only one thing remains. We must deal with the spirit of General Malgoth. Yes, and since you have succeeded in stealing it, it falls on you to invoke the right of theft with the General. Whatever you ask him, he will be compelled to do. The compassionate choice would be to release the General and his army, to allow them to return to their rest. But if you prefer, you might ask them instead to turn against Naaman and aid our forces in the fight for Valenwood. The choice is yours.
So it's true then? You have retrieved my bow from the Shade? My father told me, you will find your bow in an animal's bone. Before it's even carved, you will see it. Mammoth's tusk. Extraordinarily difficult to make a good bow out of. But it was just like he said. I saw it, and I knew. What do you want? You want... I've misheard you. I thought you said leave. But we don't deserve rest. Not after what happened here. We belong to the Ooze.
You released him. I think that was the right thing to do. Since you already freed the villagers' spirits from the Shadowwood, that means all the spirits here can now be at rest. We've done a good thing here. We've done all we can here, but it's clear that Naaman still seeks to harm Valenwood, so our work is not finished. I suggest we spread out and search for signs of darkness. When Auriel wills it, I am certain the Green will bring us together again. Unless you have questions for me, I will soon be on my way. We should both search the forest for other signs of Naaman's corruption. I fear at some point we will have to confront Naaman himself. East. I've seen signs of corruption in both Drilladam Pass and Verant Morass. We must find a way to cleanse these places. And as I said, I expect we will eventually have to confront the Shade of Naaman on this plane. It frightens me to even consider the possibility, but he might be at Hectorheim. After we've cleansed the other locations, we should go there. The sooner the better, I think. So go on and head east. The Green will ensure we find each other again. Unless you have questions for me, I will soon be on my way. We should both search the forest for other signs of Naaman's corruption. I fear at some point we will have to confront Naaman himself. A spiritual prison of a sort. Bosmer who break their oath to the Green Pact go there when they die, to reflect for an eternity. There's a place called Owls, where we bring the bodies of Oathbreakers. Some think it's a physical link to the ooze.
Well?
The death of Princess Lacana was so tragic, but we appreciate your efforts to save her.
Normally, I'd say...
What do you want?
Strange happenings in the court of the Wilder King. Did you hear?
More Wilder King nonsense?
No nonsense. This is real. They say an Altmer girl saved his life and then took his place.
Welcome to Marbrook.
You are too gullible, friend.
Vendors of royalty. Selling, buying, trading. Right here.
Strange happenings in the court of the Wilder King. Did you hear?
I was beginning to doubt you would come. I recognize you from Indonesia. I recognize you from Indenir's description. He said you'd be coming this way. He'd hoped to be here to greet you himself, but he seems to have wandered off again. Regardless, we need your help, if you're willing to offer it. We need you two to rescue Main Akus Ri. The Main's party was cut off from the rest of our forces when Prince Naaman and his undead army first attacked. The last thing we need is the Main's death on our hands. They're somewhere in the old merchant tunnels. Be careful, though. The tunnels are crawling with undead and the damned veiled heritants. You'll need to watch each other's backs. I wouldn't try to fight my way through there alone. There's Indania now.
It pains me to see the forest suffer like this. I can sense the green itself calling out for vengeance. Speak with the maid. I'll see what I can do to help the injured.
The incessant clamor of the undead at the gate finally stops, and you come through the gate. It is a relief to finally see someone new from among the living. Is Akusri correct in thinking you have come to our aid? Good, very good. The tunnel is cleared then, yes? Akusri is eternally grateful. He can make it back to Marbrook and send reinforcements to hold the tunnel. The far greater concern is discovering what has prompted the undead to attack. Yes, this one saw the prince with his own eyes. He is no longer Naaman, though. He has been raised and possessed by some darkness. Even so, Akusri does not understand. The prince ordered his forces to attack, and then he disappeared. No one knows, but if destroying Marbrook were his goal, you would expect the prince to remain, yes? No, the prince planned something else, and his plans must be uncovered. You are clearly capable. I think you should undertake this task. Indenir will know better. You came in together, so this one assumes you are already acquainted, yes? He is strange, even for a Bosmer, but Akusri has never met an elf who understands nature so well. Come though, let us consult with him. Indenir, stop trying to save everyone. You cleared the tunnel, and that is enough. Akusri will return to Marbrook and send reinforcements
that makes
here.
sense. Perhaps it's better if I go out into the pass and try to discover why Naaman ordered the undead to attack in the first place.
Yes, both of you go. Find out what Naaman is planning, and report to Marbrook. Don't try to do all this on your own. And of course, may bright moons light your path.
I appreciate the main sentiment, and the support of the Dominion, but ultimately, it falls on us to protect Valenwood. Since the Sylvanar's death, I get the sense that Queen Irene feels she owes us something, but we Bosmer are not helpless. Of course not, and I'm grateful for your assistance. It's true that I can't do this alone. I just think marching the entire army into the forest would be a mistake. Come though, we mustn't tarry. We must discover the Shade's true motivation. I don't think it's that simple. The Shade has assumed Naaman's form. It retains some of Naaman's memories, but it's a different entity now, with different motivations. The Shade is undead, so we must consult the dead to discern its intentions. Drilladan Pass is old. Many Bosmer died here, and some cannot be raised by any magic.
I'll be dead, and you'll be back to where you started. Nothing.
You assured us you could handle these foolish interlopers. They are not allowed any farther into these caves. Kill them! But we need the time you promised us.
I want every corner of this cave searched. Just because that Lamia matriarch's dead doesn't mean we get sloppy. If we get ambushed, someone's falling on their own sword.
You'll die before I let you touch the conduit stone.
there if you're tired from scaling that sheer cliff. I'd ask you to do it again in a second. Spread out and search this place. We'll need all the supplies we can get.
Invaders.
Yes?
I need healing!
Can I help you?
care to buy. Good. This should be the last conduit. Let's take it apart. No!
Can I help you?
I appreciate the main sentiment and the support of the Dominion, but ultimately, it falls on us to protect Valenwood. Since the Sylvanar's death, I get the sense that Queen Irene feels she owes us something. But we Bosmer are not helpless. Of course not, and I'm grateful for your assistance. It's true that I can't do this alone. I just think marching the entire army into the forest would be a mistake. Come though, we mustn't tarry. We must discover the Shade's true motivation. I don't think it's that simple. The Drilladan Pass is old. Many Bosmer died here, and some cannot be raised by any magic. They are the accursed souls who violated the Green Pact. Come with me and we will try to commune with them. Perhaps they will know what the Shade truly plans. Oh, there are many ways. Perhaps they cut down a tree, or ate berries from the local plants. Sometimes their intentions were good, but Valenwood is unforgiving. If they violate the Pact, they cannot pass from this plane. No, they are tethered to their remains, and they cannot pass into death, nor can they return to life. Thus they remain witness to all that transpires among living and dead alike, but unable to participate. Come, let us see what they know of Naaman. I've been underground too long. I can't wait to get back out into the forest. I think we're in luck. Though most of the local wildlife has fled from the undead, the torchbugs have remained. Many people do not know this, but torchbugs are among the most perceptive creatures in the forest. They're amazing. I can ask one of them to lead you to the remains of the cursed dead. If you can find the skulls or some such, bring them to the stone table. I will go ahead and prepare so we can commune with them. Just trust me on this. It'll work. You'll see. Let's see if I can speak to this one. Come here, little one. Yes, that would be so helpful. Thank you. Off it goes. Follow it to find the skulls and then meet me at the stone table. You who were condemned, hear me. Your only hope of being released is to tell us why the dead have been risen.
Ha! We need no release. The Shade of Naaman heralds a new age. An age where we will be restored, and you are the ones who will be judged.
Hold on, how do you know that? Did the Shade actually tell you that?
He doesn't have to. When the forest is transformed, who do you think will inhabit the Shadowwood? We will.
Naaman does not have the power to release any of you, but I do. Help us and you'll have your chance at freedom.
I'll tell you, don't listen to that fool. The Shade seeks to corrupt the forest, to create a new realm. It's called the Shadowwood.
I suspected something like this. It explains what we've seen. The Shade of Naaman does not seek destruction, it seeks transformation. We need to close these shadow rifts quickly. First though, I promise their souls release. Not easily, but I promise them. Since I will fulfill the sentence, I think you should decide whether any of them should be released.
We told you what you wished to know. Little good that it will do you. But we were promised release. Please, you must release me. I shifted, which is strictly forbidden by the Green Pact. I was cocky, did it to prove that I could, that's all. It was a mistake. I understand that now. Please, I've suffered enough.
It's odd to watch the slaughter of your people through the empty sockets of your own skull. My family was slaughtered by the Wood Orcs, and I burned down their village, every last structure, every last tree for revenge. I shouldn't have harmed the forest. I should have rallied my people in a morning war and feasted on my enemies.
Fool, do you not see what's upon you? Look around. The shadow will consume all Tamriel and usher in a new age. An age where the dead will be redeemed and the living will suffer. The other races laugh at us. Why do we depend on them for wood we could easily take for ourselves? The Green Pact is for the weak. We are not the servants of the forest. The Green should serve us.
Glad that's done. The pleading of the condemned is almost too much to bear. One way or another, they are returned to the forest. I won't question your judgment. Their fates are decided, but the fate of Valenwood is what concerns me. These shadow rifts the Skulls mentioned, we must close them quickly. That's where the Shade's realm is bleeding into ours. I haven't quite figured that out. I can feel them, though. They feel like wounds in the forest. I have some small ability to mend the green, but it requires all of me. I'm going to need your protection. We will cleanse the forest or die trying. However many rifts they open, I will close them all, every one. Such foul creatures in my forest will not be tolerated.
Leave the Shadow Rips alone or you will suffer for it.
I will purge this corruption from Valenwood, whatever it takes. Desist, living one. You meddle with forces you cannot understand. However many rifts they open, I will close them all, every one! Burn out! You go too far. Now you will experience the Shadowwood for yourself. Once again, we find ourselves in the Shadowwood. As unpleasant as it is, I think I'm beginning to understand this place. I think I might know how Naaman's Shade is using it to corrupt the Green. I'll have to explain later. There's nothing we can do while we're trapped here. We need to find Naaman's servant and destroy him. I suspect he's at the stone table. Once again, you will have to...
you like it here? You're about to become a permanent resident. You're about to become a permanent resident.
It seems our circumstances are even worse than I imagined. The corruption of the Shadowwood expands across the forest. I fear it's too late to contain it. We must find the Shade of Naaman himself, here on this plane, if we are to stop him. I know not, but I certainly aim to find out. First, though, you must report what we've learned to Marbrook. We need to at least keep them informed. Don't worry, when the time is right, the forest will help me find you again. Until then, be safe. Don't take long. We must press on with our efforts.
Can't believe my eyes. The undead are actually receding. For a while there, I thought you were making a last stand here. I'm betting it wasn't our brilliant tactics that drove them away, though. Conquering Marbrook wasn't their top priority, was it? Then it's as the Main suggested. Magical forces are at work here that we can't fight with sheer numbers. I shouldn't be surprised. I'm just glad we have you and Indenir on our side to sort this out. Yes, I think maybe Ifri smiles on us after all. Indenir's a real piece of work, isn't he? I always thought he was half mad. They say he has the green in his blood, but most things that man does, I just don't understand. Recently, though, I've realized just how fortunate we are to have him. Mad as he is, I thought he came from the Bramblebreach clan, but some said it was Woodhearth. Truth is, no one knows. Even heard he was raised by an old grot oak, cradled in its roots, weaned on the dew from its leaves. He's a mystery, all right.
Mind your own affairs.
Only the finest merchandise.
Buying, selling, trading. I've got what you need.
Strange happenings in the court of the Wilder King. Did you hear?
More Wilderking nonsense?
No nonsense. This is real. They say an Altmer girl saved his life and then took his place.
You are too gullible, friend.
Selling, buying, trading. Right here.
You fought beside Lord Garishri in Haven? This one should be so lucky. This one assures.
someone drove the Wood Orcs away from Bramblebreach.
This one heard the same. Heard they ran away like cowards.
All except for their war captain. He stayed and fought.
It's good for the Bramblebreach, but this one wonders how long their isolationist ways can last. Wood Orcs aren't the only threats in Valenwood.
Stay away. It's not safe here. I'm glad you're here. I've been trying to help these poor people, but it's futile. There's a blight here that's turned them into rabid beasts. These Bosmer may be beyond aid, but we must find a way to stop the blight from spreading. Undoubtedly, it's the corruption of Prince Nayman's shade, spreading through the forest and somehow affecting the people here. The blight emanates from the trees, which may offer us an opportunity to at least contain it using the Standing Stones. Long ago, before the Green Pact, the Standing Stones were used to protect the people from the aggression of the forest. If we can activate the stones, it could prevent the trees from spreading the blight to anyone else. We must work quickly, my friend. Clearly, the blight doesn't affect all Bosmer, but if anyone wanders into this area, I suspect there is a strong chance they will become afflicted. If we forbid a scouting party of Vinedusk Rangers comes here. I can't be sure, but I suspect it's our people's connection to the Green that allows us to be infected. Other races will be immune. It also seems that some Bosmer can resist the blight. For that, I have no explanation whatsoever. If the Eldest has been corrupted, then everything in this area, every plant, every creature, and every person will soon become corrupted as well. I can't imagine how this blight can so easily penetrate the forest's protections. It is an ancient plant, a strangler. It's been here from the beginning. It's the lifeblood of the forest in this area. If the Eldest is truly tainted, then regardless of the Green Pact, we must slay it. I don't think so. We must consider the significance of the Green Pact as a whole. At its core, it's a covenant in which we protect the Green and the Green protects us. In this case, we must cut off the limb to save the trunk. It's the only way. Not without assistance. After we've killed it, you must remove its heart. We may be able to use that to grow a new strangler to take the Eldest's place. Now remove the heart.
You can destroy the Eldest, but you cannot have the heart. It belongs here in the Shadowwood. You will bring it to me.
And we find ourselves here once again. It's so unnatural. It makes me feel queasy. The Eldest's heart must be the nexus that ties this plane to ours. I suspect it is also tethered to Naaman's servant, the one who addressed us. We have no choice, though it sounds as if we risk handling the Eldest's heart back over to the enemy. Perhaps, though, we might also purge more of the Blight while we were in this realm. That might help us both here and there. The trees in the forest. The taint came from the Eldest, but it has undoubtedly spread to the spirits of the trees themselves. If we can slay the corrupted tree spirits, more of the forest may be spared. The Eldest's heart can help us. The heart's energy could help you slay the tree spirits, but I'm actually not sure that would be a good idea. If we use the heart this way, it will be corrupted. It would destroy any chance of using it to grow a replacement for the Eldest. Very well. I'm not sure this is the best course, but I am biased by my attachment to the Green. I trust your judgment. The heart's energy will accompany you to destroy the corrupted tree spirits. Find me when you're done.
your victories while you may, for every step. Bring me the heart, and I will grant you a mercy. Your hopeless heroism ends here.
At least it's over now. We stopped the Blight from spreading and defeated Naaman's servant, but at such cost. I worry about our decision to sacrifice the eldest's heart. Its absence will be felt, and without a replacement, well, I don't know. Thankfully, your efforts within the Shadowwood saved many of them. But there is still much corruption in the forest. I can feel it. Our work is far from finished. Here, I'll take the heart now.
Auriel, grant me strength. I hope you're the one Indenia spoke of. Thank the Eight. The army here is greater than we anticipated. Damn these gates. Damn the corruption. I should be in there, not Indenia. He said you'll be able to pass through. Help him. Stop Naaman. He wasn't wrong. The veiled Heritance subjected my brother's body to an unnatural resurrection, as a lich. He has the Staff of Magnus, and is using it to suppress Hectorheim's necromantic wards and raise an undead army. Very. According to Indenia, Hectorheim guards the heart of Valenwood. He believes Naaman is corrupting it, and this corruption turns any soldiers we send forth feral. Indenia knows more. He waits for you at the gate. Indenia believes he can enter unharmed, and you as well. I pray he's right. We have only limited understanding of the history. Some time after the passing of the Ayleids, a necromancer or group of necromancers tried to raise an army of the dead. Necromantic wards were put in place, but now Naaman is suppressing them. Even as a lich, I don't believe Naaman is powerful enough to disrupt the ancient wards. Elendari believes it's the Staff of Magnus. We must retrieve the staff and secure it for the Aldmeri Dominion. Some say it once belonged to Magnus, the god of magic himself. Some say it was a gift. Others say it was stolen. Others believe it's a test. It suppresses magic, and it seems Naaman is using it to subdue the wards. I little understand it, but the Bosmer have described it to me as the center of Greenshade. As Naaman is allowed to corrupt it, the forest will die. The Bosmer here would lose their homes and be forced to flee.
The Eight watch over you. We lost a lot of good soldiers to the corruption. I pray Indenir is right about you.
While at first we thought only the Bosmer may be affected, we quickly realized the minds of others were in jeopardy as well. Indenir said, "There is something special about you." We pray he is right.
Be careful in there. No one can say what may lie within. I hope Indenir is safe.
Auriel watch over you. The Queen, the Main, and Indenir have all chosen to put their faith in you. I hope they are right.
Shazar worries for the people here. Main Akuz-Ri brought us to learn and assist, but sadly there was nothing to be done.
This isn't the place for Kali and Shazar, so close to this corruption, when they should be learning of their future roles.
Kali is but a student of the Main, but this one longs to be inside and undo this corruption.
What is it?
I'm relieved you're here, my friend. As dark as my fears may have been, they pale in comparison to the reality. If the shade of Naaman corrupts the heart of Valenwood, then the realm he calls the Shadowwood will soon consume this one. It won't be easy. The enchantments that once kept evil out are now corrupted. It's something similar to the blight we saw in Varant Morass, but much stronger. Every soldier who's entered has turned feral. Even you and I would not be immune. It's risky, but to defeat the darkness, we may have to embrace it first. The green is corrupted, and I think I can use my connection with it to thrust us into the realm of the Shadowwood. In that realm, I suspect we can get past the blight. Let's hope this works. All right, then. There, we're in Shadowwood again, as foul as it ever was. We should be able to bypass the Blight, though, and all the feral guardians that would block our way. Once we get in there, we need to head for the grotto. That's where the heart is. There's only one way to find out, isn't there? If we go feral, that's that. If not, I still suspect we'll encounter some resistance. The Shadowwood hasn't lacked for corrupted spirits elsewhere, and I can't imagine it will here either. Ifrit's bones! He's turned so many! We have to stop this! As formidable as you may be, I fear we couldn't get through here in the physical realm.
What is it?
Through this ritual, we bind
couldn't be that lucky. The shade has blocked the way. Let's see. These pedestals look as if they're still active. Yes, I know what to do. This is the entrance to the Valenheart. It seems the Shade of Naaman has taken care to ensure his work is not disturbed. This is an ancient Ayleid barrier. We'll need to activate the pedestals to pass. We'll need to get the keystones, Welkin stones I imagine, and the Shade has likely scattered them throughout the branches of Hectorheim. There is more too. I will need to study these pedestals to decipher the way of unsealing the door. Good thinking. Whatever we can do to speed this up. In fact, as soon as you find each keystone, bring it here before searching for the others. That will help me puzzle this out more quickly.
I warn you, the Naaman you faced before was fettered by fear and mortality. I have no such limitations.
Welkin stones are the only way to break the barrier and enter the heart. I'll get you back in.
Well? You are throwing your life for naught. The heart is already corrupted. There's nothing you can do about that now.
The Welkin stone... The Welkin stones are the only way to break the barrier. Let's get you back in there.
And witness my wrath achieved. Then you will die.
should work. Hurry, we have to save the heart.
My sister's pawn come once more to do her bidding. That will get me terrible soon enough. You just die!
Incredible. I've never seen such terrible power. But you didn't flinch. The Shade is gone, but his corruption is not. Look at the heart. It's overflowing with corruption, spreading the darkness all over Valenwood. I don't know, but I have to try something. As I suggested before, perhaps the only way to defeat the darkness is to embrace it. I think I might be able to draw the corruption out of the heart and into myself. It'll be the end of me, I suppose. But the loss of one life to save the Vae... Ifrit, guide me. I hope this works. It's working. Just a little more.
What happened to you? Indenir is dead? He is playing one of his Bosmer's tricks. It must be. No. He really is dead. Dark moons. Curse you, Indenir, for being mortar. And curse us for being so slow to arrive after we saw the corruption recede. Just like a Bosmer. It is not enough for him to save us all. He must mock us with the nobility of his sacrifice. We will feel this loss more deeply than most. But it looks like the dead prince is dead once again. Indeed, Queen Irene should be informed. She entrusted you with this mission, so it would be best if you told. Wait. Indenir!
Perhaps you should take a few steps back.
The Valen Heart. It saved Indenir.
Saved
The Valenwood brought him back. It's Ifre's will.
What happened?
Indenir, Ifre has chosen you. You're the Sylvanar.
Could it be true? Me? The Sylvanar? I fell down into death, and the Green reached out and picked me up and set me on my feet, and I was here again, alive. Incredible. Indescribable. Transformed. I have seen my making and my unmaking, and I am awestruck. I never imagined when the last Sylvanar died that I would be chosen. But if the people wish it of me, I will accept this role.
I'm going to go let Raz know. I'm sure he's pushed into the grotto by now with the Bindusks.
Yes, and Queen Irene must be informed as well.
Is it true? What Cariel speaks? Indenir resurrected? Raz has had his eyes on other things, or he would not have missed it. And Naaman. Raz assumes he's dead. Again. Queen Irene has already decided to blame Peladil and the Heritans for this treachery. But Raz knows she loved her brother in her own High Elf noble, emotionally stunted way. Tell her, but gently.
Quite an amazing scene to witness. How did this one miss it? Talking to torchbugs, healing the forest, seeing invisible Spriggans. I thought he was just another mad Bosmer. Turns out, I was the mad one. And Indenir was the Sylvanar all along. Besides a timely resurrection, a wedding, of course. He will be joined to the Green Lady, and together, they will represent Valenwood as leaders of the Dominion, with Queen Irene and myself.
Shazar has never witnessed such a scene. Kalzanabi Joe thought this experience dangerous, but the history this one has learned. Shazar's sister may disagree, but the trip was well worth it.
Kali wanted to be there, but Lord Garishri and Kozanabi Joe wouldn't have it. How does one expand her horizons if no one allows Kali to test her skills?
Thank the age you're returned.
It's good to see Akuz-Ree made it out safe and sound. Garesh-Ree tried to warn him of the danger, but he doesn't always listen. He sometimes forgets he's a spiritual leader and not a hardened warrior.
You've proven yourself a valuable member of the Aldmeri Dominion.
I see you were successful.
We all saw the corruption draw back. It's such a relief.
To be trapped outside these walls while the Veiled Heritance destroys more lives.
We all saw the corruption draw back. It's such a relief.
My soldiers stir from their feral state. I can only assume the corruption has receded and Naaman is again put to rest. It is well. The funeral rites and honors may proceed as originally planned. My brother was a pawn of the Veiled Heritance, you understand? The mistreatment of his royal body only makes their treason the worse. Now, what of the staff of Magnus? Thank you. I will see to its safeguarding personally. The Sylvanar. By the Eight. Main Akuz-Ree, is this true? If so, that changes a great deal.
His spirit was gone from the mortal world. The Valenwood restored him.
Indania?
The Main speaks the truth, Queen Ayrenn.
Cariel herself said Y'ffre chose him. This one agrees.
Then rise, Indania. It is I who have the honor of bowing to you.
Queen Ayrenn, please,
People of the Aldmeri Dominion, I present to you your new Sylvanar. We won a necessary victory for the Dominion today, and we have you to thank. I'll see to the staff of Magnus's safety myself. As for you, the Bosmer have their Sylvanar. With both the Sylvanar and the Green Lady, it's time the two became one. Go to Velen Harbor in Malabal Tor, and we will make preparations. The Green Lady is in Malabal Tor, but rumors of attacks from Redguards have reached us. It's imperative that the Green Lady be kept safe so that she and the Sylvanar may be joined. Velen Harbor, along the Broken Coast. It's a quiet little town, the perfect place for a wedding. Head there and inform the locals of the impending nuptials. I'll be along soon to bring the Green Lady her Sylvanar.